Hey Ratbags, it's Jay. Today taking a look at the Xbox Bethesda showcase and especially AVOWED. This has finally had its full gameplay trailer revealed, as well as a release date of next year. No specifics, just 2024, of course coming to Xbox Games Pass, Series XS and PC. It's been nearly 3 years since we saw the initial tease for AVOWED and absolutely nothing since then. It's great to see a full-blown in-game shot engine trailer, and it looks great as well, like full gameplay being shown off, lots of abilities being shown. It's going to have a huge mix of different types of combat as you explore the world of Ella set in the Pillars of Eternity universe. I can't say I'm a fan or know much about Pillars of Eternity, other than I know it rescued pretty much, obviously, Obsidian out of maybe going bankrupt, and it kept them afloat as they started up a Kickstarter for the game, and then eventually great success, and then before getting bought out by Microsoft. So it's quite a leap going from an isometric sort of top-down RPG game to maybe an open world one. It hasn't actually been confirmed 100% whether it's going to be fully open world or whether it's going to be just larger levels, maybe like the Outer Worlds. What we do know is that we'll be exploring a location called the Living Lands, a plagued wild island set in the world of Eora. The Living Lands are full of mysteries and secrets, danger and adventure, and choice and consequences. The Living Lands is going to be home to bustling port towns and rolling hills adorned with weird and fantastical plant life. Every part of Living Lands is home to its own ecosystem. Around every corner there are creatures, sentient mushrooms or tribes of lizard-like azure lips looking to make you their next meal. This info's coming from Xbox Wire, which has got more details about what's going on with these trailers, really emphasising that you can get a lot more info by taking a look. With all their past RPGs, the companions are going to play a big part in AVOWED. The first one you'll encounter is Kai. He's the narrator of this gameplay trailer, and he's a coastal Amola, currently residing in Living Lands, and is one of the only friendly faces you'll find here. A former soldier, idealistic and pragmatic temperament will help guide you as you venture out into this wild frontier. The rest of the blog goes on to detail that first-person combat has been a huge focus. They've incorporated a huge amount of ways for players to fight the flora and fauna of the Living Lands, with swords, shields, pistols, magical spells and more at your disposal, including the ability to dual wield. The Living Lands are home to unique different enemies, including the Azure Rips, plagued undead and dangerous flora. The island is full of unique enemies to encounter. So as you can see from these extra screenshots, the world does look vibrant and really colourful, much more than I was expecting from the original reveal of AVOWED. I expected it to be a more dark and dingy experience. Kind of glad to see, like, so much colour and vivid, makes the world really pop and stand out from a lot of other RPG open world games. The start of the trailer had me thinking I was watching like an Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag continuation or something, the way you turn up at this port and take on the enemies, but clearly as soon as you start seeing them you realise no, this is something different. My interest in this does stem probably more now over the last couple of years since success covering Grounded on my other second channel. So I'm going to be all over this. I like to look at this one. I enjoy a lot of RPGs more lately. To me, it seems like they're not going to be trying to compete in it being a game like, obviously, Skyrim. That's what we kind of all imagined that AVOWED would maybe be, just from that teaser trailer and, of course, the history of Obsidian working with Bethesda in the past. Even if that really was focusing on, obviously, Fallout. So this idea that this could be maybe like the Outer Worlds, where it's just got levels, where you've got maybe different ways to approach things, could be interesting. But some of the vistas do look pretty large and big. There is a Steam page, there is a Xbox page up now for it, but there is not many more details on it, and it clearly doesn't say whether or not it's going to be an open world game, just that it's a first person RPG. So yeah, I very much expect it to be like Outer Worlds. Honestly, that's not a bad thing. Like I said, trying to compete with Skyrim, well, maybe lost my train of thought a bit earlier, is a mammoth task. Anything to do with that where you're going to have huge open worlds and all sorts of dynamic missions and quests, why not just make a more structured game with levels, but really enhance the gameplay mechanics so that the combat is the standout feature. And that is abundantly shown in the mixture of magic powers that you can utilise, and then with different melee weapons, kicking enemies off cliffs, as well as using maybe even flintlocks. I really like the idea of this one. Kind of felt the trailer could have been a bit kinder in some of its cuts, especially with some of these abilities on show. It kind of cut to the last crucial minute exactly how it would affect some of these enemies. But yeah, it definitely looks really cool, really vibrant, really different. The powers, some of them might be standard fare you've seen in a bunch of other games, but that combination in this unique world I think really puts this game maybe ahead and above some of the others that I've been looking forward to. The idea of different companions as well, with maybe unique abilities, perks and buffs and stuff, very much like Mass Effect, sounds pretty good too. So yeah, I'm totally down for this. I am going to start delivering you guys news and information about Avowed as we hopefully get more and more coming over the next year or so until I guess its release, which I'm going to guess, since they didn't say a definitive date, won't probably be until the end of next year. Let me know what you thought about Avowed. Are you excited if you're a Pillars of Eternity fan stepping into that universe once more? And if you've never heard about it, is it grabbing you? Obsidian have done some great stuff last couple of years. Outer Worlds, then of course grounded, mixing survival and RPG. Great, fantastic game. And then Pentiment as well. So really looking forward to Avowed. I'm sure it's going to continue its home run of hits. And I'll deliver more news about it in the future. Until next time, Ratbags, laters.